Imagine waking up every day knowing that the world outside your door might not see you for who you are, but for the color of your skin. Imagine carrying the weight of stereotypes, microaggressions, and outright discrimination not just once in a while, but as a constant background noise in your life. For millions of people, this isn't just imagination, it's reality. And it takes a toll, not just on your sense of safety or your opportunities, but on your mental health. The question is, how do you protect your mind, your spirit, and your sense of self in a world that can feel hostile, exhausting, and unfair? The truth is, racism isn't just an external problem. It seeps into your thoughts, your relationships, your body, and your dreams. It can make you question your worth, your abilities, and even your right to exist in certain spaces. The stress of navigating a racist world is real, and it's cumulative. It's not just the big, headline-grabbing events that hurt. It's the daily grind of being overlooked, underestimated, or misunderstood. It's the anxiety of being the only one in the room, the frustration of having to explain your experience, the exhaustion of always being on guard. So, how do you protect your mental health in a racist world? The first step is to recognize that your feelings are valid. Too often, people are told to just get over it, to stop being so sensitive, or to focus on the positive. But the pain of racism is real, and it deserves to be acknowledged. You are not imagining things. You are not overreacting. Your experiences matter, and your feelings are legitimate. Giving yourself permission to feel anger, sadness, fear, or even numbness is the first act of self-care. The next step is to find your people. Community is a powerful antidote to isolation. Whether it's family, friends, a faith group, or an online community, being around people who understand your experience can be life-saving. These are the people who will listen without judgment, who will validate your feelings, and who will remind you that you are not alone. They are the ones who will laugh with you, cry with you, and help you find your way back to yourself when the world tries to tear you down. But community isn't just about support, it's also about resistance. There is power in collective action, in standing up together against injustice. Whether it's joining a protest, volunteering for a cause, or simply having honest conversations about race, being part of something bigger than yourself can help transform anger and pain into purpose. It can remind you that you are part of a long tradition of resilience, creativity, and survival. Self-care is another essential tool. But self-care isn't just about bubble baths and spa days. It's about setting boundaries, saying no, and protecting your energy. It's about knowing when to step back from the news, from social media, or from conversations that drain you. It's about making time for rest, for joy, and for the things that nourish your soul. Self-care isn't selfish. It's survival. In a world that tries to wear you down, taking care of yourself is a radical act. Therapy can be a lifeline, but finding the right therapist is key. Not every mental health professional will understand the impact of racism, and not every space will feel safe. If you can, seek out therapists who share your background or who have experience working with people of color. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to advocate for yourself, and to keep looking until you find someone who gets it. Therapy is not a sign of weakness. It's a tool for healing, for growth, and for reclaiming your story. Mindfulness and meditation can also help. Practices like deep breathing, yoga, or simply taking a walk in nature can help calm your nervous system and bring you back to the present moment. These tools won't erase the reality of racism, but they can help you manage stress, reduce anxiety, and find moments of peace in the midst of chaos. Mindfulness is about noticing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, and about giving yourself permission to just be. You also need to celebrate your culture, your history, and your achievements. Racism tries to erase or diminish the beauty and brilliance of people of color. Counter that by surrounding yourself with art, music, books, and stories that reflect your experience and your worth. Celebrate your milestones, honor your ancestors, and take pride in your identity. Joy is a form of resistance, and every moment of happiness is a victory. Education is another form of empowerment. The more you understand about the history and mechanics of racism, the less likely you are to internalize its messages. Learn about the systems that shape your world and about the people who have fought to change them. Knowledge is power, and it can help you see that the problem is not you, it's the world that needs to change. Finally, remember that you are not responsible for fixing racism on your own. The burden of change should not fall solely on those who are most affected. It's okay to take a break, to focus on your own healing, and to let others carry the torch for a while. You are allowed to rest, to recharge, and to protect your peace. Protecting your mental health in a racist world isn't easy, and it's not a one-time thing. It's a daily practice, a series of choices, and a commitment to yourself. It's about surviving, but also about thriving, about finding joy, meaning, and connection in the midst of struggle. The world may not always be safe, but you can create spaces of safety, love, and hope for yourself and for those around you.
Protecting your mental health in a racist world also means learning how to manage the constant stream of information and images that can trigger stress, anger, or despair. In the age of social media, news about racism, violence, and injustice is never more than a swipe away. While staying informed is important, it's just as important to know when to unplug. Doom scrolling, endlessly consuming negative news can leave you feeling helpless and overwhelmed. Give yourself permission to take breaks from the news, to mute or unfollow accounts that drain your energy, and to curate your feed so it includes voices of hope, healing, and inspiration. It's not just about what you avoid, but what you seek out. Fill your life with stories of resilience, creativity, and joy. Watch films, read books, and listen to music that uplifts you and reminds you of your strength. Seek out role models who have faced adversity and found ways to thrive. Let their stories be a source of encouragement and a reminder that you are not alone in your struggles. Another key to protecting your mental health is learning to recognize and name microaggressions. These are the subtle, often unintentional slights or insults that can chip away at your sense of self-worth. Maybe it's like a coworker who's surprised by your intelligence, a teacher who mispronounces your name, or a stranger who clutches their bag when you walk by. These moments can be infuriating, but they can also be confusing. Was it really about race, or are you just imagining things? Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Naming these experiences, even just to yourself, can help you process them and decide how you want to respond. Sometimes you'll want to speak up. Other times you'll decide it's not worth your energy. Both choices are valid. You don't owe anyone an explanation or a lesson. Your well-being comes first. If you do choose to address a microaggression, try to do so in a way that feels safe and empowering for you. That might mean having a private conversation, setting a boundary, or simply walking away. Remember, you are not responsible for other people's ignorance or discomfort. It's also important to build a toolkit of coping strategies for when the world feels overwhelming. This might include journaling, exercise, creative expression, or spending time in nature. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. When you feel yourself getting stressed or anxious, turn to your toolkit. These practices won't make racism disappear, but they can help you stay grounded and resilient. Don't underestimate the power of rest. In a society that glorifies hustle and productivity, rest can feel like a luxury or even a weakness. But for people living with the stress of racism, rest is essential. It's a way to recharge your body and mind, to process your emotions, and to prepare for the challenges ahead. Make sleep a priority, take naps when you need them, and don't feel guilty for taking time off. Rest is not just a break from the fight, it's part of the fight. Another way to protect your mental health is learning to set boundaries with people who don't understand or respect your experience. This might mean limiting contact with certain family members, friends, or coworkers. It might mean saying no to invitations or conversations that you know will leave you feeling drained. Setting boundaries is not about being rude or selfish, it's about protecting your peace. You have the right to decide who gets access to your time, your energy, and your story. If you're in a position to do so, consider finding or creating safe spaces where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or discrimination. This might be a support group, a cultural organization, a creative collective, or even just a group of friends who get it. These spaces can be a refuge from the outside world, a place to recharge, and a source of strength when things get tough. Remember, too, that healing is not a linear process. Some days will be harder than others. There will be times when you feel strong and hopeful, and times when you feel tired and discouraged. That's normal. Give yourself grace. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and don't be too hard on yourself when you struggle. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It's also okay to ask for help. Whether it's from a therapist, a trusted friend, or a support group, reaching out is a sign of strength, not weakness. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your own. There are people who care about you, who want to help, and who have been where you are. Let them in. Finally, remember that your existence is an act of resistance. Every day that you choose to show up, to love yourself, to pursue your dreams, and to care for your mind and body, you are pushing back against a world that tries to diminish you. Your joy, your creativity, your hope, they are all forms of resistance. Protecting your mental health is not just about surviving, it's about thriving, about claiming your right to happiness, and about building a life that is full, rich, and free. One of the most powerful ways to protect your mental health in a racist world is to reclaim your narrative. Racism tries to define you, to box you in with stereotypes and assumptions. But you have the power to tell your own story, to decide who you are and what you stand for. This act of self-definition is not just empowering, it's healing. It's a way to push back against the messages that say you're not enough, that you don't belong, or that your dreams are out of reach. Start by reflecting on your strengths, your values, and your accomplishments. Write them down. Remind yourself of the obstacles you've overcome, the goals you've achieved, and the ways you've made a difference in your own life and in the lives of others. Celebrate your culture, your heritage, and the unique perspective you bring to the world. When you feel yourself internalizing negative messages, return to this list. Let it be a reminder that you are more than the limitations others try to place on you. Creative expression can be a powerful tool for reclaiming your narrative, whether it's writing, music, art, dance, or any other form of creativity. These outlets allow you to process your emotions, share your story, and connect with others who understand. Art can be a form of protest, a way to bear witness, or simply a way to find joy in the midst of struggle. Don't worry about being perfect. What matters is that you're expressing yourself in a way that feels true to you. Connecting with your roots can also be a source of strength. Learn about your family history, your community's traditions, and the stories of those who came before you. There is power in knowing where you come from, in understanding the resilience and creativity that have been passed down through generations. These stories are a reminder that you are part of something bigger than yourself, and that you carry the hopes and dreams of those who paved the way. Mentorship is another key to resilience. Find people who inspire you, who have walked a similar path, and who can offer guidance and support. Mentors can help you navigate challenges, celebrate your successes, and remind you of your worth when you start to doubt yourself. If you can, be a mentor to others. Sharing your story, your wisdom, and your encouragement can be just as healing for you as it is for those you help. It's also important to recognize the impact of intergenerational trauma. The pain of racism doesn't just affect individuals. It ripples through families and communities, sometimes for generations. But so does healing. By taking care of your mental health, you are breaking cycles of pain and creating new legacies of strength and hope.
This work is not just for you, it's for those who came before you and those who will come after you. Advocacy can be a powerful way to transform pain into purpose. When you speak out against injustice, when you work to change policies or support others who are struggling, you are turning your experiences into fuel for change. Advocacy doesn't have to mean leading a protest or starting a movement. It can be as simple as having honest conversations, supporting organizations that do good work, or voting for leaders who share your values. Every action, no matter how small, is a step toward a better world. Spirituality and faith can also be sources of comfort and resilience. For many, prayer, meditation, or participation in a faith community provides a sense of meaning, connection, and hope. These practices can help you find peace in the midst of chaos and remind you that you are never truly alone. If faith is important to you, lean into it. Let it be a source of strength and guidance as you navigate the challenges of a racist world. Don't forget the importance of laughter and play. Joy is a form of resistance, and finding moments of lightness can help you recharge and stay grounded. Watch a funny movie, play a game, dance to your favorite song, or spend time with people who make you laugh. These moments are not frivolous, they are essential to your well-being. It's also helpful to set realistic expectations for yourself. You don't have to have it all together all the time. It's okay to have bad days, to feel overwhelmed, or to need extra support. Give yourself permission to be human. Practice self-compassion, and remember that healing is a journey, not a destination. Finally, remember that you are not alone. There are millions of people who share your struggles, your hopes, and your dreams. There are communities, organizations, and resources dedicated to supporting you. Reach out when you need help, and offer support to others when you can. Together, we are stronger. Protecting your mental health in a racist world is an act of courage. It's about refusing to let hate, ignorance, or injustice define you. It's about claiming your right to joy, to rest, to love, and to dream. It's about building a life that is full, meaningful, and free. The world may not always be safe, but you can create spaces of safety, healing, and hope for yourself and for those you love.
Sometimes, protecting your mental health in a racist world means learning how to navigate spaces that aren't always welcoming or safe. Whether it's a classroom, a workplace, a neighborhood, or even a family gathering, there will be times when you find yourself in environments where you feel out of place or on edge. In these moments, it's important to have strategies for self-preservation and self-advocacy. Start by checking in with yourself. Notice how your body feels, what thoughts are running through your mind, and what emotions are coming up. If you feel tension, anxiety, or discomfort, acknowledge it. You don't have to pretend everything is okay. Sometimes just naming what you're feeling can help you regain a sense of control. If you can, take a break. Step outside, get some fresh air, or find a quiet place to regroup. Even a few minutes away from a stressful situation can make a big difference. It's also helpful to have a plan for how you'll respond to difficult situations. Think about what you want to say or do if someone makes a racist comment, asks an ignorant question, or treats you unfairly. You might decide to address it directly, to set a boundary, or to remove yourself from the situation. There's no right or wrong way to respond. What matters is that you do what feels safest and most empowering for you. Remember, you are not responsible for educating everyone or for fixing every problem. Your well-being comes first. In some cases, you may need to seek support from others. If you're in school, talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or administrator. If you're at work, reach out to HR, a supervisor, or a colleague you trust. If you're in a community or family setting, find allies who can back you up or help you process what happened. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, and you have the right to advocate for yourself.
Sometimes, the best way to protect your mental health is to limit your exposure to toxic environments. This might mean changing jobs, transferring schools, or spending less time with certain people. These decisions are never easy and they may not always be possible, but if you have the option, prioritize your well being. Life is too short to spend it in places that drain your energy or make you feel small. It's also important to recognize the signs of burnout. Living with the stress of racism can take a toll on your body and mind. You might feel exhausted, irritable, or disconnected. You might have trouble sleeping, lose interest in things you used to enjoy, or feel hopeless about the future. These are all signs that you need to slow down and take care of yourself. Don't wait until you're completely depleted. Make rest and recovery a regular part of your routine. One way to combat burnout is to create rituals of care. These are small, intentional practices that help you feel grounded and nurtured. It could be as simple as making a cup of tea, listening to music, journaling, or taking a walk. It could be a weekly check-in with a friend, a regular therapy appointment, or a creative project that brings you joy. These rituals are reminders that you are worthy of care, no matter what the world says. Another important practice is gratitude. In the midst of struggle, it can be easy to focus on what's wrong or what's missing. But taking time to notice what's good, no matter how small, can help shift your perspective. Maybe it's a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a moment of laughter. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it can help you find balance and hope. Protecting your mental health also means being gentle with yourself when things don't go as planned. There will be days when you feel strong and resilient, and days when you feel tired and discouraged. That's normal. Healing is not a straight line, and progress is not always visible. Give yourself permission to rest, to make mistakes, and to start again. It's also okay to feel angry. Anger is a natural response to injustice, and it can be a powerful motivator for change. Don't let anyone tell you that you're too sensitive or overreacting. Your feelings are valid. Find healthy ways to express your anger through art, writing, movement, or activism. Let it fuel your commitment to building a better world. Finally, remember that you are part of a larger community. There are people who share your struggles, your hopes, and your dreams. There are organizations, movements, and leaders working for justice, equity, and healing. Connect with them. Let their stories inspire you, and let your story inspire others. Together, we can create a world where everyone's mental health is valued and protected. Protecting your mental health in a racist world is not just about surviving it, it's about thriving. It's about claiming your right to joy, to rest, to love, and to dream. It's about building a life that is full, meaningful, and free. The world may not always be safe, but you can create spaces of safety, healing, and hope for yourself and for those you love.
There's another layer to protecting your mental health in a racist world that often goes unspoken: the importance of hope. Hope is not just wishful thinking, it's a survival skill. It's what keeps you moving forward when the world feels heavy, what helps you imagine a future that's better than the present, and what gives you the strength to keep fighting for change. But hope doesn't always come easily, especially when you're surrounded by stories of injustice, violence, and pain. That's why it's so important to actively cultivate hope, to seek out reminders that progress is possible, and to celebrate every victory, no matter how small. One way to nurture hope is to look for examples of resilience and resistance in your own life and in the world around you. Think about the people who inspire you: family members, friends, community leaders, artists, or activists who have faced adversity and found ways to thrive. Their stories are proof that it's possible to overcome, to heal, and to build something new. Let their journeys remind you that you are not alone and that you are part of a long tradition of strength and survival. It's also helpful to set goals, both big and small.
Having something to work toward can give you a sense of purpose and direction, even when the world feels chaotic. Your goals don't have to be grand, they can be as simple as finishing a book, learning a new skill, or reaching out to a friend. Celebrate your progress, and don't be afraid to adjust your goals as your needs and circumstances change. Every step forward is a victory. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and who encourage your dreams. These are the people who will lift you up when you're feeling down, who will remind you of your worth, and who will help you see possibilities when you're feeling stuck. If you don't have these people in your life right now, seek them out. Join groups, attend events, or connect with others online. Community is a powerful source of hope. Another way to protect your mental health is to practice gratitude and mindfulness. Take time each day to notice what's good in your life, even if it's just a small thing. A warm meal, a kind word, a moment of peace. Mindfulness can help you stay present, to notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment, and to find calm in the midst of chaos. These practices won't erase the reality of racism, but they can help you find balance and resilience. It's also important to give yourself permission to feel joy. Joy is not just a reward for surviving, it's a right. It's a way to reclaim your humanity, to assert your right to happiness, and to remind yourself that you are more than your struggles. Find what brings you joy and make it a regular part of your life. Dance, sing, create, play, laugh, whatever fills you up, do more of it. Joy is a form of resistance, and it's essential to your well-being. Don't forget the power of giving back. Helping others can be a powerful way to heal your own pain and to find meaning in the midst of struggle. Volunteer, mentor, share your story, or support a cause you care about. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, can create ripples of hope and connection that reach far beyond yourself. It's also okay to take breaks from activism and advocacy. The fight for justice is important, but it's not your responsibility to carry the weight of the world on your own. Rest is a radical act. It's a way to honor your limits, to recharge your energy, and to ensure that you can keep going for the long haul. Remember, you are not alone in this work. There are others who can pick up the torch when you need to rest. As you move through the world, remember that your existence is an act of defiance. Every day that you choose to show up, to love yourself, to pursue your dreams, and to care for your mind and body, you are pushing back against a world that tries to diminish you. Your hope, your joy, your creativity, they are all forms of resistance. Finally, remember that change is possible. The world is not fixed, and neither are you. Healing is possible, growth is possible, and justice is possible. It may not happen overnight, and it may not happen in the ways you expect, but every act of courage, every moment of kindness, and every step toward healing makes a difference. Protecting your mental health in a racist world is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about claiming your right to joy, to rest, to love, and to dream. It's about building a life that is full, meaningful, and free. The world may not always be safe, but you can create spaces of safety, healing, and hope for yourself and for those you love. And in doing so, you help make the world a little bit better for everyone.
As you continue to protect your mental health in a racist world, it's important to remember that healing is not a solitary journey. Healing happens in community, in relationships, and in the spaces where you feel seen, heard, and valued. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your mental health is to reach out to share your story, to ask for help, or to simply let someone know you're struggling. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a bridge to connection and understanding. Building a support system takes time and intention. Start with the people you trust, even if it's just one or two. Let them know what you need, whether it's someone to listen, someone to offer advice, or someone to just sit with you in silence. If you don't have that support right now, know that it's never too late to find it. There are support groups, online communities, and organizations dedicated to mental health and racial justice. Sometimes reaching out to a stranger who understands your experience can be the first step toward healing. It's also important to recognize that not everyone will understand your journey. Some people may minimize your experiences, offer unhelpful advice, or even question your reality. This can be painful, but it's not a reflection of your worth or the validity of your feelings. You have the right to set boundaries with people who don't support your healing. You have the right to protect your peace, even if it means stepping back from certain relationships. Therapy can be a transformative tool, but it's not always accessible or affordable. If you're able to find a therapist who understands your background and your experiences, that's a gift. But if therapy isn't an option, there are other ways to heal. Journaling, meditation, prayer, and creative expression can all be powerful tools for processing your emotions and finding clarity. Sometimes just putting your thoughts on paper or speaking them out loud can help you make sense of what you're feeling. Don't underestimate the power of movement. Physical activity, whether it's walking, dancing, yoga, or sports, can help release stress, boost your mood, and connect you to your body. In a world that often tries to control or police Black bodies, reclaiming your body through movement can be an act of liberation. Find what feels good to you and make it a regular part of your routine. Food and nourishment are also part of mental health. Eating well, staying hydrated, and honoring your body's needs are acts of self-care. Cooking and sharing meals with others can be a way to connect, to celebrate culture, and to create moments of joy. Don't let the pressures of diet culture or unrealistic standards take away from the pleasure and comfort that food can bring. Spirituality, for many, is a source of strength and comfort. Whether it's through organized religion, personal rituals, or a connection to nature, spirituality can provide a sense of meaning and hope. If faith is important to you, lean into it. Let it be a source of guidance and resilience as you navigate the challenges of a racist world. It's also important to recognize that you are part of a larger movement for justice and healing. Every act of self-care, every moment of rest, every expression of joy is a contribution to that movement. By taking care of yourself, you are helping to create a world where everyone's mental health is valued and protected. Protecting your mental health in a racist world is an act of courage and defiance. It's a way of saying, I matter. My well-being matters. My dreams matter. It's about building a life that is full, meaningful, and free. The world may not always be safe, but you can create spaces of safety, healing, and hope for yourself and for those you love. And in doing so, you help make the world a little bit better for everyone.